the issue of, because now that you have mentioned this, we also a little bit worried about the question of excellence. And then, of course, best practices and all. These are some of the ideals which even your association, you also promote.
That is what we believe in.
Yeah, you believe, yes, and you promote all that. But how do we begin to assess or begin to evaluate excellence when we are looking at issues like this? The fact that you have a policy that cannot be properly implemented, the fact that you already have made a call for an enabling act that can actually, give, a bite. So how do you begin to give excellence to, or what excellence, or recognize anybody for excellence in an environment like this?
Now, well, the fact of the matter is that those people that are chosen and recognized for excellence, you can't put that shortcoming or failure on them, because they too have been trying their best to make sure that something positive is done. So no matter what happens, you will still find some good people whose interest is who are truly patriotic
in the midst
Nigerians.
of all the years.
Like this year, we did award for excellence.
Yes,
we did award for excellence. You saw we gave 4 people.
Yes.
4 people.
Yes.
Because we don't do things just anyhow, and those 4 people were highly scrutinized by a panel headed by Gamaliel Onosode, and the like of him. They are people of integrity. That people that you can rely on. If something is not correct, they will say it's not correct, and they will not do it. So anybody that we presented a large number of people that have been selected, but all those ones were only 4 were selected. They have done their investigation. They selected those 4. We are doing that to encourage Nigerians, to emulate this kind of people, so that we have a larger pool of Nigerians that are respected, and those who are really patriotic about this country.
Now, I want us to begin to look at how, because the younger generation, we seem to have spent good time. We seem to have enjoyed ourselves as Nigeria, it has been growing. But now, the younger generation, how can APBN, for instance, begin to encourage? Because one thing I've found again in our environment is the question of succession. We don't seem to have a deliberate policy or a deliberate attitude about passing on to the younger generation. We seem to be recycling the same old, persons everywhere. So how can APBN, for instance, begin to see how you begin to devolve, some of your, expeditions to the younger generation?
Yes, APBN, what we do is there's something we call mentoring. And we do that in collaboration with schools. We go to schools, we talk to students, that what do you want to become in your future life? How do you, if you become this, how do you organize yourself to be useful to the nation, to your society, and to yourself? These are the kind of things that we do. And from time to time, we also organize some seminars in which we invite even students to come and attend, or retreats, students to come and see what we are doing. We talk to them, tell them how somebody can grow to be a professional, a true professional who can be useful to his nation and to himself and to his community. So, and this thing has been sinking down on most of these students. When they come, some of them will say, look, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor, and this is the way I'm going to go about it. I will conduct myself in this way. We get in some of these resource persons to come and talk to them. This public motivational speakers to come and talk to them. And they, most of the time when they finish, you see smiles on their faces. They are happy. They are encouraged. When they get back to school, everyone faces his studies seriously because he wants to accomplish the fact that he wants to become an engineer, get registered, and be a professional.
Okay, we are not going to go anywhere because we still have so much to ask you. Yes, thank you for staying with us. Still close flow on NTA2 Lagos Network Center. And we still have Alhaji Bala Ka'Oje here with us. He's the president of the Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria. Let's come straight to the question of livelihood, the level of poverty seems to be, crushing for Nigerians now. Everybody seems to, like, the economy is not working, oil is being stolen, insurgency from here to there, so much, unemployment, people leave school 3, 4, 5 years after graduating, there's no work anywhere. As a collection, as a body collective that actually can influence, what the economy should be doing, what is your position on that? Do you have a single view on what should be done or what government is not doing and that can be done properly?
Yeah, well, I believe that most of these problems, they are problems that have accumulated over a period of time. There are no problems that of today. So it wouldn't be fair for me to ascribe these problems totally on the government of today, because it's something that has been growing, something that has been left, to continue to grow over the years. Now, I'll tell you one aspect that I think a big mistake has been made by the government in the past, and that is in the area of power generation in this country. Now, power generation is something that has brought up all other developed countries of the world. No country would have been heard of if they don't have adequate power.
And constant.
Adequate. What I mean by adequate is they even have surplus
that they can sell to
they can sell to other people. Now, if a country has stable power supply, industries will not die. More industries will spring up, both in the rural, urban areas of the country.
Yes.
And what do you think will be the result of that?
That'll be a thriving economy.
The economy will in fact, it's a must for the economy to strive. And the issue of poverty will be relatively reduced because, work will be there. Millions of people will be employed. So therefore, money will keep on exchanging hands. We have the population. Other people are envious. Other people are envious of us as a nation. We have a population that we are not using to move forward. We have the land mass. We have the natural resources. We have all that you need. We have the human capacity. But all these things we have not been able to put them together to be able to help us to continue to grow or moving on the ladder. Because once you are moving as a nation, you are not expected to come one step below the ladder. You are supposed to continuously be moving.
But in our own case, we seem to be one step up, 2 steps down.
It's wonderful. So this is one aspect. If this government
can do this,
can provide us, even if it's just
that power,
stable electricity, let them forget it. Another thing I don't like is the way they make budget in this country. I don't like this budget that they do, break these things, and you see nothing at the end of the day. Nothing. Look, base your budget on national development, a long-term developmental plan. 5 years, 10 years, your budgets. So that if you are moving on any aspect that you want to finish, you will move on that aspect until you finish it. If it is a 5-year issue or if it is a 10-year issue.
Program, yes.
And any government that comes must continue on that process. But not where you keep changing every day. You change every day, you miss the road. This is some of the problems we have as a nation.
Now, but what can we do?
I haven't finished.
Okay.
Let me tell you also another area. Agriculture. We are paying, so for me, it's lip service that is being paid to agriculture, as far as I'm concerned. If we have not been paying lip service to agriculture, by today, all this issue of home employment wouldn't have been there. It would also have been reduced drastically. Because our young men and women will go into mechanized agriculture that has been made possible by government. Because the government must drive it. Whether the government likes it or not, they will drive it. They can go and take loan here and make sure that the agriculture in Nigeria is mechanized. But up till today, I haven't seen any light in the tunnel.
That means you're not even sure that this current efforts, are trying to revolutionize.
If they will, then it's a very slow method process we have taken. So how long? By then, before you reach where we want to go? Well, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Alhaji Bala Ka'Oje, we have said we are not going to lose hope.
Don't lose hope.
Yes,
don't lose hope.
So we must find a way for us to lock this down somewhere. Now, what do you think should be done? Let's take a simple example of agriculture. What do you expect in the short to medium term that can be done to make sure that we can get agricultural sector to start to start moving again?
Yeah, well, I think there is first of all need to be a very serious partnership between federal, state, and local governments.
Oh, that's a novel one.
Yeah, very serious person. I mean serious.
That's a novel one.
Yeah, you can put in, and then if government sources some money that should be used, for example, to boost agriculture, for that partnership that is going to work, the bottlenecks to be able to assess the funds and the people who are going to supervise to make sure it works. All these things must be put in place properly. The bottlenecks to assess the funds. Some of the ways perhaps is to form, what do I call them? These community associations.
Yes.
In every village you can have communities of farmers, cassava, this. You put them together. Whatever funding you want to give, you give to these communities and get the implements, get the seedlings and whatever, get them supervised directly to the people. The fertilizer right to the people. When you give it to some people to transport, they will take it to Niger. So that is the issue. Already your plan is killed. Because, if you farm and you don't provide fertilizer to boost your produce, you are already on the way to failure. Because you have done that planning before, but somebody has sabotaged it along the way. You take the fertilizers from Lagos, they say they are taking them to Kaduna. Before you know it, the fertilizers are in Benin Republic. So these kind of things, we must try to stop them. And you can only do that with a very proper planning. There must be a proper planning, well planned and well articulated and monitored to the end.
That again is another dilemma in our environment. Everybody seems to know what to be done. Nobody seems to be monitoring what is being done. It's the same thing as what is giving us, this tag of being one of the most corrupt countries. We are actually rated as the 8th most corrupt country in the whole world. Do you think it's just an ability to monitor what we are doing, or to apprehend people if they go wrong? Can that be the reason?
There are many reasons. One of them, of course, is the problem of lack of proper deterrence. Yeah, people do things and go free.
Impunity.
Impunity. You do things and go free, or you go to the court, the judge will make judgment. Say, what do they call it? Plea bargain and all those kind of things. Plea bargain. You have damaged your state or your country by billions, and then you go there, they tell you, okay, bring 3 billion. 2 billion. Meanwhile, you have damaged the place by maybe 20 billion. It doesn't work. People who have committed crimes should be punished for having committed such crimes. Then a nation everybody will sit up. But as long as we do things like this, so just scratching the surface, we won't go anywhere. And corruption is very difficult to fight. You know it.
Yes.
Very difficult.
Yes.
A corrupt person is very difficult to remove and stop from, because he will try to corrupt you. You that want to stop him, he will go and corrupt you. And if you have a corrupt mind, you are finished.
Yes.
The moment you take what he has brought, finish. You won't have the power to punish him.